Hello and welcome to Technical Drawing Solution by DN Kamau. Today I'm going to take you through drawing a title block. A title block is normally drawn at the bottom right side of the paper. It gives all the information about the drawing, including name, title, date, and etc. The dimensions and shape of the title block varies depending on the type and purpose of the title block being used. All the lines are dark, that is finished lines, with the exception of guidelines between which the printing is positioned. A title block will be printed at the right bottom corner of your paper. The paper should have border lines. So after the completion of the border lines, which are normally 10 millimeters from the edge of the paper, then the title block is drawn at the bottom right of the paper. The following title block format is suitable for technical drawing at high schools and colleges. Remember, the guidelines are meant to align text. They should be accurately measured as follows. The lines inside, which are 4 millimeters apart, these are the lines which are called guidelines, and this is the space for writing the text. The dark lines that are 10 millimeters apart are the ones that are drawn first, and they are drawn in terms of rectangles of 130 millimeters by 10 millimeters. They are drawn so that 6 rectangles are placed on top of each other, as we shall see in the next slide. Notice that from this dark line to this light line is 3 millimeters. From this dark line to this light line, 3 millimeters. And from this dark line to this dark line, 10 millimeters. Therefore, from the light line to the next light line is 4 millimeters. So that actually forms the setup of your title. So your title block should look like this. In the first 2 rectangles, notice that these rectangles are 130 millimeters by 10 millimeters from this dark line to that dark line, 10 millimeters, so that the writing here is between these 2 guidelines, which are 4 millimeters. So there is 3 millimeters here, 3 millimeters here, and 4 millimeters. That makes 10 millimeters. So your title block should look like this. You can count the rectangles. This is the first one, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So we have 60 millimeters here of 10, 10, 10, 10. Yeah, and then we have this first partition, 30 millimeters. Then we have the next partition, also 30, 30, and 30. So that whatever you write in your title block would be the name of your institution for the 2 rectangles on top. And then the next rectangle would have your name. The next one, topic, which is type of lines. Then the course, your course CBT. The scale 1:1, mostly we use 1:1 scale, that is the live scale, for most of the things that we draw. When it comes to building drawing, then the scales become reducing scales, because we need to reduce a building to fit into a paper. Then we have the admin number, and then the date. The standard letters. The vertical single-stroked standard alphabet shown in the next figure that we're going to see shortly is the basic style used on technical drawing because of its eligibility and simplicity of execution. It has been universally accepted as the standardized alphabet. So when you print, because this is hand printing, so that the letter A will touch the top guideline and the bottom guideline. Yes, this is for all the capital letters. But when it comes to small letters, then we shall imagine a line passing through the center here, such that the small letters will be confined to the lower part of the text space. The pencil and position. Select a HB or 2H pencil for lettering and keep the point medium sharp. A comfortable natural position is the most desirable. Be sure that the entire forearm rests flat on the table surface. This position allows for more stability than trying to letter over instruments and equipments on the drawing table. In order to letter in the position, it may be necessary to remove the paper from the drawing position while lettering. Continually rotate the pencil between strokes to maintain the point of pencil. The student should make every attempt to learn and perfect his lettering with constant practice. He should not attempt to develop a personal style until the basic letter form are mastered. Guidelines, which we have seen previously. All lettering is done with the aid of pencil guidelines. Even experienced draftsman carefully draws horizontal guidelines because it is necessary. It is nearly impossible to maintain straight lines without them. So guidelines can be 2 millimeters, 3 millimeters, 4 millimeters, but as we have seen our standard title block, our guidelines will be 4 millimeters. When naming or writing in your paper, apart from the title block, then you can have guidelines of 2 millimeters. They will look neater and better. The height of letters on a technical drawing varies. Letters can be small, 2 millimeters for general writing, 3 millimeters medium, 4 millimeters for title block, 5 millimeters and large, 7 millimeters to 10 millimeters. Those are very large letters and are normally used for major titles in the title block. Medium letters are for lesser titles in the title block and on the drawing, and small letters are used for general text under titles. It is mostly a personal choice as to what size the small, medium, and large letters are to be, and after practicing, the student will find which height is most suitable. Variation of basic letter forms. So here is a demonstration of lettering that can be adapted. So there are very many various forms of lettering that you can choose to use. Like this one is called extended. Notice how it is curved. It is curved. Yes, variation is also another type that you can use for lettering. The information to be filled in the title block include the following: the name of the student, title of the drawing, school or college, course, class or admission number, the scale, date, subject, and so on. Assignment number 1. Prepare a notes area as explained above and neatly print the following: draw borderlines, a title block. 2. Uppercase alphabet letters and lowercase alphabetical letters A to Z. Then numerals from 1 to 100. And write the following. In small letters, technical drawing is referred to as graphical language. You will then write below that, lettering on mechanical drawing must be done neatly and legibly. Then on another line, you write common drafting terms: bow, dimension, drill, hole, machine, material, rim, scale, selection, and perpendicular. So all measurements on a title block are given in millimeters. These dimensions should not appear on your title block. The dimensions here are meant to help you to understand the dimensions which are used, but they should not appear on your title block. This is how your title block should look like. You notice that this does not have any dimension and everything is centered. Yeah, you can see the Sigalagala centered, yeah, and then National Polytechnic. So writing in those two blocks gives your work some kind of beauty, as opposed to if you write the Sigalagala National Polytechnic on one line, then it would look somehow squeezed and would actually mess up your work. So notice the finish lines, the dark lines, and the light lines. The dark lines 10 millimeters apart, and then the light lines 4 millimeters apart, 3 from the dark and 3 from the dark. Yes. So that's how your title block should appear. Thank you for watching. Let's meet in the next lesson, where we shall be looking at the different types of lines.